I don't think that picked it up. Yeah, bro. Let me get a hit of that bong, bro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of the Cinema Dash. I'm Deej.
And I'm Gabs, and Deej decided to turn the tables on me today.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
So, we just got out of seeing a movie.
I feel uncomfortable.
So, we just got out of seeing a movie. We saw Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, this is the first time we're doing a movie review. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. This is the first time we're seeing a movie for the first time and then doing a review right after it. That was in theaters. Because we did have a Turbo Kid, and that didn't turn out so well.
No. But I promise we are fresh off the high of this movie, and we're gonna give our honest opinions on it.
Yeah.
So let's start off with a little story. So there's like 45 different things that happen at the same time in this movie, and all right, pretty much what the basic outline I would say is that
what the movie wants you to think is gonna happen is
what the movie wants you to think is gonna happen is that Batman is all grumpy because he feels Superman is completely out of check, and that he is going to eventually destroy us all and like take and destroy Metropolis, destroy Gotham, destroy the whole world because he feels like it.
Because of what he did.
Yeah, because of what he did with Zod in Man of Steel. So the events of Man of Steel play a very, very big part of this movie. Superman himself is a very polarizing character in this film. A lot of people love him, but a lot of people hate him, and a lot of people think he needs to be kept in check, and a lot of people think that he's just helping Earth for the good of mankind. But what this story really is about the conflict between Batman and Superman, and how that conflict eventually comes into fruition. So, going into this movie, I was really excited actually because as everybody knows, I love the Man of Steel, and a sequel to Man of Steel, where two of my favorite childhood heroes were finally going to duke it out on the big screen, was actually a very welcome thing for me. I was really excited to see this movie, and so what about you, man? What were your?
I'm gonna start off from the way back here.
Oh God.
So when this movie was first announced, I was like, hey, okay, this could be a cool idea because Man of Steel isn't my favorite movie. In fact, it's one of my least favorite movies of all time. So why not throw a really cool superhero that has a very successful franchise that was just made and just finished and just capped off, and throw him in with Superman and just have him duke it out. And I'm like, okay, that could be a cool idea for a movie. I'm down. I would see it. Then the first trailer, and then they announced Ben Affleck was Batman, and everyone blew up over it because
it was pretty much like the same reaction as when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker.
Yeah, no one wanted Ben Affleck to be Batman because he already tried being a superhero once, and that didn't really work out.
No, it did not. It did not.
So, like everyone else, I kind of jumped on that bandwagon. And then I saw Gone Girl, and then that kind of changed my opinion. Sure, he wasn't a superhero in this one, but he was really good at it.
Yeah, Ben Affleck was incredible in Gone Girl.
So
I think one of his best performances.
So then I jumped the bandwagon and said, you know what? I kind of want to see Ben Affleck as Batman. I just want to see. Let's see how he does it. I had high hopes. And then the first trailer came out and kind of started going downhill a little bit. It wasn't too big or anything. It just got me this is what's going to be in the movie and whatever. It's going to be the two of them fighting. That's primarily what it was. And also Lex Luthor was going to have some kind of involvement in it. And the second trailer came out, which was to show that Wonder Woman was going to be in it. So I'm like, I really hope they don't shoehorn her in, because that'd be really shitty and to a character that's well liked. So with that idea in mind, my hopes and dreams for this movie kind of went down a little bit more, but still had some hopes. Then they showed the last trailer, which had Doomsday in it, and I was just like, No,
Oh boy.
no, this is not going to be a good movie at all, isn't it? This is just going to be it's going flat on its face, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, my hopes and dreams for this movie and what I wanted out of this movie just really were like below zero at this point. Then my brother saw it then the reviews started coming in for during the beginning of the week. This is the opening. This recording was on the official opening day of
this recording was made Good Friday.
So yes.
So
And some of the reviews started pouring in, and IMDb gave it like an 8 point something on the first day, and then like I saw Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a 44% out of its like actual. No, it gave it like a 33%, and then Metascore gave it a 44. Then a couple days later, it kind of like it jumped up a little bit on Rotten Tomatoes. It jumped to a 40 something. I'm like, okay, maybe there's like the first wave, maybe like people want to see a little bit more, and like, get other people's opinions. Then the third day, and it went steeped. It just
just plummeted.
It plummeted back down to like low 30s.
Yeah.
If not like high 20s.
It's in the high 20s as of right now. It's at 29%.
Yeah, 29%?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going down still. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is... And then,
this is not good.
This is just not going to be good. Then my brother saw it on Holy Thursday, and he just said that it was very disappointing. He saw it with a friend, but he gave it like a 5.5 out of 10. And then we saw it. And then, actually, before, then we saw it, but like...
Yeah, we saw it.
Before we walked in, I was like, you know what? I'm excited to see this movie. Because if it's bad, then I'm going to have a fun time making fun of this movie.
Yeah.
If it's good, then I'm happy that this movie is good. But, of course, we saw it, and then we had our opinions about it.
We're going to give our opinions about it.
So, yeah.
Also, when I was looking at the reviews, I was like, I was such a huge fan of Man of Steel, so I was just like, Man of Steel kind of got the same treatment, where like not a lot of people loved it, but a lot of people did. Not a lot of people loved it, but there was a decent following behind it, and I was a part of that following. So, seeing these reviews, I was just like, okay, I've seen this before. Like, I'm gonna see this again. I'm probably gonna see this with other Zack Snyder films, because Zack Snyder is a visual director. He's not a great storyteller director, you know what I mean? So, I'm happy he doesn't... Well, I think he does write his movies, actually. I know he didn't write this one, but as a matter of fact, let me fact check that.
So we're going to look up whether or not Deej is right or wrong right now. As you can hear, the typing on the computer.
Yes, of course.
On the keyboard, rather.
Let's see.
Batman v Superman on the
Written
wiki.
by... No, he did not write it. Okay, so I was right. So... Zack Snyder is a very visual director. He loves his visual tricks. He loves his CGI. He loves his cinematography. He loves everything visual. But his problem is that he doesn't have or find great writers for his projects. David S. Goyer, to be precise. David S. Goyer is not a good writer. So going into this movie, I expected it to be all spectacle and no substance. And what we got out of this movie was
wow.
Oh boy.
It's
You
pretty shit.
want me to go first? Because my opinion is a little bit lighter.
I just said it.
Yeah.
I kind of covered it up, but you go ahead.
I'll give my opinion first, because I was a little lighter on the movie than you. There are things that I love about this movie, and there are things that I absolutely hate about this movie. So I'll start with the things I like about this movie. For one, Zack Snyder, again, proves that he's one of the best action directors in the industry today. I thought the action was absolutely fantastic, but certain aspects of the action were fantastic, because there were some things that I didn't like about the action. For one thing I thought was very positive was that there was almost no use of shaky cam, which I absolutely loved. All of the action was crisp, clear, and you could see everything that was going on. So I think that was a big plus for the movie. Instead of having like a very big shaky cam, and with Zack Snyder films, they're always like that. You could always see the action very, very clearly, and it's very visual, very spectacle, a very big spectacle, and I like that about Zack Snyder films. Two, the CGI and the effects were absolutely out of this world, but then again, that's another thing you should expect from a Zack Snyder film, because usually all of his movies with effects are, again, very on par. Another thing I really liked about this movie was the cinematography.
Yeah.
It's become like a meme at this point, like that I love cinematography. But again, I genuinely think that the cinematography was very very good. Oh my bad, I just moved the mic. But again, I thought the cinematography was actually very very good. Him with all the CGI shots superimposed, it still looked actually very fantastic. It wasn't saturated at all. But you know, Zack Snyder has his very his a very washed out color scheme. Intertwined with like when he does effects, like very vibrant colors of like lasers and explosions and stuff like that, and that really worked for this movie. And I really like the aesthetic choice that he had for this movie. And there was just some great natural shots, like in Man of Steel. There was some great landscape shots, shots of Metropolis, shots of Gotham. Again, the action choreography and cinematography were very good. So again, this movie is absolutely visually striking, and it's probably one of my top 5 favorite aspects about this movie. Another thing that I really liked about this movie was the performances. Ben Affleck as Batman is absolutely amazing. He's my favorite part about this movie. Ben Affleck absolutely fucking kills it as Bruce Wayne and Batman. But there is one aspect to his character that I didn't very like, and I'll go into that when we talk about the negatives of the movie. But for the most part, Ben Affleck was absolutely incredible as Batman. He proved everybody wrong, I think. Henry Cavill was just fine as Superman. You know, he's not going to live up to Christopher Reeve, and you know, he's doing okay as Superman. He does a good performance. He's not incredible. He's not bad. He's just good. Amy Adams as Lois Lane was okay as Lois Lane. She's mostly just the damsel in distress at this point. And pretty much everybody all around had a solid performance, except for a couple characters, and we'll get into that again later. Another aspect I liked about this movie was the sound design. I don't really have much to say about it other than it was very good. I'm not a sound guy, so I don't really know much about sound. But from what I could tell, I thought the effects were great. The mixing was fine, I guess. So everything about the sound was fine. And all I have to say that good about this movie is that it's technically great. Not like technically great, but like technically as in like technology wise, this film is great technically. What did you like about the movie, Anthony? Oh boy, he's covering his eyes and squishing around his face, and oh boy, he's breathing heavily.
You know,
it's gonna take him a little bit.
You know,
it's okay. Take your time, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Like, you did a lot with like how much you like this movie, or how much you, quote unquote, like. You had a lot of good things about. You said a lot of good things about the movie.
I did.
And some stuff. Really, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what was good in this movie. I mean, I'm gonna bounce off some of the stuff that you said. Batman was okay. Ben Affleck did an okay job, in my opinion. Is he better than Christian Bale? By far, no. No way.
Really?
Absolutely not. Is he?
Really?
Is he better than Michael Keaton?
I wouldn't say he's better than Michael Keaton.
I've never seen the Michael Keaton Batman.
Really?
I know it's on Netflix now.
Oh, we gotta watch that, dude. You know, we could do a retro review.
But based off the opinions of others, I can probably tell that he's probably not as good.
What do you mean?
From what I've heard about Michael Keaton Batman, Ben Affleck is not as good.
Like, with on-screen Batmans, the order, like, generally goes, like, public generality order usually goes, like, Michael Keaton, for on-screen Batmans, not, like, voice-animated Batman. Everybody knows the best Batman is Kevin Conroy by far.
Yeah, he
is Batman. He is Batman. But, for as on-screen Batmans go, it's Michael Keaton, and apparently now Ben Affleck. I'm just saying this is public. This is not my opinion. This is public opinion. From what I've been reading, it's Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Christian Bale. Not saying I agree with that. Just saying that's what public. That's
where
what
does
public
George
thinks.
Clooney fall on that list?
George Clooney does not exist, and neither does Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer does not exist either.
Was it Val Kilmer one?
Val Kilmer was in Batman Forever.
Was it that bad?
Yes. Both of those movies were bad. Batman and Robin and Batman Forever were both very bad movies, and we do not talk about those.
Batman Forever was with who?
Val Kilmer.
No, like the villain.
That was like Two-Face and the Riddler, I think. Yeah, Two-Face was definitely
Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face.
I just remember that part of the movie, and like that's all I.
Yeah, it was not good. It was story. It's just
I
not
think that
good.
was a part. I think that was like the time where like Batman was like still in like the animated series, and like it was like
It was like mid early 90s.
so it was like cartoon Batman was still like the thing.
Yeah, that was the first
Yeah.
animated Batman animated series with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. So
there's that. My opinion on Superman stays that Henry Cavill is not good as him. I didn't like him at all as this. He just seemed like a baby to me.
uh-huh.
I feel like he suffers from the Kylo Ren syndrome, where when you look at him, he looks like Superman, and he looks really cool as Superman too. But like, when you watch the movie, he just is a big baby, and like he's just not that good.
Yeah, but see with Kylo Ren, you get the Kylo Ren has a reason he's like that. Superman just doesn't.
But like, it's just too much. I think it's just too much for Kylo Ren. But like, that's another.
That's a whole nother
story.
argument. Yeah, we don't feel like getting into
We
that
talked about that already.
Yeah.
Then there's what else? There's Alfred, played by Jeremy
Yeah,
Irons.
I forgot to mention Alfred was great in this movie.
Yeah,
thought.
I liked him.
I just really like how we consistently get a great on-screen Alfred. Like Michael Caine was awesome as Alfred. Jeremy Irons was great as Alfred. I just like that. I just like
how Jeremy Irons was just done with Batman shit. It's like, listen, this is a fucking stupid idea. You shouldn't like do anything with it. But like,
Yeah,
I mean,
Alfred's more like
if you want, I'll help you. But like, I'm not.
yeah,
fully backing
Alfred's
you
more
on
like
it.
I just don't give a shit anymore kind of attitude, and I
Yeah.
really like that about him.
There's Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and Diane Prince is her name.
Diana Prince.
Diana Prince, and she's okay.
I liked Wonder Woman too. I liked her.
Like for the screen time that they gave her, I would have liked to see a lot more.
Oh,
But-
definitely, yeah.
But like, I just like how we got a vague, very, 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 very vague like appearance of what Wonder Woman would
I
be
think
like.
for what she performed, I thought she did well. Like we got a nice range of what she could do in the movie.
I just want to see like more. is all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, totally,
Like,
yeah.
It's from what I've seen. Like I'm like in the middle, but like from what I've seen, like I just want to see more. So like
Totally, yeah.
So like
Totally.
for Wonder Woman, I think it's a good sign that they chose a good Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think she got a strong debut
But,
in this
like,
movie.
During like the battle sequences, and I'll get deeper into this. Like I just hope like she was yelling a lot during the fight sequences, and they drowned the sound out of that too. So I'm just like, if she's gonna do that like throughout the entire like Wonder Woman movie, I'm not really like gonna be that thrilled
Uh-huh.
with her just yelling. She's like, "Ah!" and
Oh god.
"Ah!" It's just like you're yelling. I get it.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
There's and you said something about Amy Adams as Lois Lane. Just continues to be literally the most annoying thing I've ever seen on the screen. Honestly, there are flies like in my TV room that will just like fly around the screen. Those are less annoying than Lois Lane in this this movie and Man of Steel, because you can literally call. And my problem with Man of Steel is you can literally rename it Lois Lane the movie, and it'd probably be better. Honestly,
Oh,
that's my opinion, and yeah, I think that's what you went on with characters so far. I don't think you mentioned Lex Luthor.
I'm gonna save Lex
Yeah,
Luthor
let's
for a little
save
bit.
that for
I'm gonna
later.
save that because I want to introduce a little bit of a new category into this movie. Well, you're probably not gonna be. This probably won't apply to you, but for how I'm gonna judge it is I'm doing positives, iffy, like mediums, and then negatives.
Okay.
So I also forgot to mention that I really like the attention to detail in this movie. Also,
There was symbolism in this movie.
There was a lot of
And it's like-
symbol, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that. But for now, another positive that I have is I really like the attention to detail, like how Wonder Woman's dresses throughout the movie when she was actually like Diana, when she was just like dressing up in like these really elegant dresses. I really liked how parts of her armor were embedded within the dresses. I don't know. I just thought it was a nice little cool detail.
Like it had like the gold bar
Yeah, like the
thing.
gold bars like on her, like for her wrist,
Yeah.
things.
Really drove deep and like this is Wonder Woman and you better be happy.
Another really cool thing that really caught my eye was that when Batman and Superman originally start to fight, Superman like pushes Batman and he goes flying.
I thought that was way too.
And then when he
cartoony.
stands up, he has like a handprint in his chest.
Yeah, like I said, it's way too cartoony.
I liked it. I thought it was a really cool.
It's
detail.
like when cartoon characters like in SpongeBob, like when he gets punched in the face by
Oh
Flats
yeah,
the
and it's
Flounder,
like yeah.
by Flats the Flounder,
Flats the
and like
Flounder.
his face is like indented.
Yeah.
It's like pops back out. It's like that's like this to me. Like when Superman pushes Batman,
Yeah.
except it doesn't like pop out, but like whatever. So continue.
So is that pretty much what we liked about the positive?
That's what you liked about the movie.
Yeah.
And like that's like the stuff I thought was just okay.
All right. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to your ifs.
So now we're gonna do
Your
the.
iffies.
Now I'm gonna introduce a little bit of a new category where it's kind of like the meh, like neither here nor there category.
Like it's just there. And, like,
Yeah, it's
doing
just
its own
there.
thing.
You know.
And you don't mind it really, but like you just gotta like
Yeah,
point it
it
out.
kind of gets on your nerves and it kind of doesn't, kind of thing.
It's more
one-
it's more the nitpicking category.
Yeah, more than nitpicking category, I guess. My first thing that I'm going to talk about is Lex Luthor. All right. Jesse Eisenberg does an okay job as Lex Luthor. I think you get that fucking smirk off your face. What I think is that his character was well written. All right, I thought he had some good lines in the movie. Not great lines, mind you, good lines. But I feel like because Jesse Eisenberg, what he did was he kind of went for the insane route, where he had like a little like twitch kind of thing, and he was like
No, that's not
teetering on the.
That's not not like a character thing. That's just Jesse Eisenberg. That's just him being.
Jesse Eisenberg doesn't have a twitch.
He just stutters a lot. Have you ever seen him in
His
literally
roles,
anything?
his roles,
No,
that there's
literally, him
not
in
in real
literally
life.
everything.
Not in real life.
I beg to differ.
All right, whatever. But anyway, he has this twitch. All right, and it like, it's like distracting, and like what he does is like. He's very eccentric, and he kind of his character. How they establish his character is that he's just like borderline insane. And while I think Jesse Eisenberg, I think shows a lot of potential of that being a cool and great Lex Luthor, it's just going the insane route wasn't really good for him. I feel like if he played more of a Social Network, Mark Zuckerberg character for Lex Luthor, but a lot more menacing, I think it could have worked for him because Jesse Eisenberg really knows how to give great delivery on his lines. It's just going that insane route made him like cartoony, like mustache twirling, like you couldn't take him seriously.
Like
I couldn't.
Like Tyler Damsel in Distress down to like the train.
Yeah,
tracks.
like he's the kind of villain that pretty much just took Lois Lane, or Martha, mind you, or he Martha Kent, and literally tied her up. He literally did that. He literally tied her to the train tracks. Well, not to the train tracks, but he tied her up in a chair. And then he was gonna have some guy burn her to death if Superman didn't kill Batman.
Which, by the way, why?
Yeah, right. Why? Like, but the thing is, like, Jesse Eisenberg has the potential.
Not like why, as in why tie her up, and then like have her held hostage. Like that's fully like you understand why that's happening. Just like why burn her?
I don't know, man. But like, it's just. He's very focused on like
If I was an
Greek mythology. What?
If I was an evildoer, I would just kill her. just end it right
kill
there.
her. He's very
not just wait, just end it. That's all. Just
there you go. Just bullet to the head.
Just pull the trigger, and then like just let the bullet do its magic by going straight through straight through her forehead.
Yeah.
Not the back.
So
And oozing green. Jesus. That's a whole other story.
All right. Anyway, as I was saying, it's just he has a lot of potential. Another thing that I was really iffy about this movie was all the symbolism, because it felt very heavy-handed. It felt very forced.
It's
like
there's
a lot of religious subtext in this movie.
You see this thing? You better get it because like it means this.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shots of like Superman like flying down, outstretching his hand with the God rays of the sun behind him. He symbolizes God and stuff like this. Movie epitomizes the fact that Superman is God. And it won't. No, like they mention that he is God in this movie, and they shove it down your throat till no end. Literally, almost every other scene. Superman is godlike. He's like a god. He answers to no one, not even God himself. It's like, really, all right, we get that.
Really
like,
jam that down your throat.
They really do jam it down your throat. It's like we get it. Superman is a very, very powerful being, but I already know that. Like, I get it.
We get it.
Thank you.
Superman.
More fight, please. Like, so that's another thing that was really iffy about. Another thing that I was super iffy about was I guess the Batmobile was cool. I like the Batmobile.
Batmobile was alright for like the one scene it was in.
Yeah, 2.
1.
Oh wait, no, you're right. It was. Oh no, the Batwing's in 2.
Yeah, but like you barely get to see the Batwing anyway.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah,
it's either cool really far away or really up close.
Mm-hmm. A lot of interior shots of it.
Yeah.
So that's really my meh. It's about the movie. All right, Ant, let's get to the roasting, boy. Oh boy.
So
I better open up a window. It's about to get hot in here because of all the roasting.
We opened too, already. But yeah.
Thanks for killing the joke, bro.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
how about we'll just go bounce off each other like ping pong. Like
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll start off.
Go ahead.
Lex Luthor is pretty terrible. I agree that his character is well written in a way, just not for Jesse Eisenberg or for anyone relatively close to Jesse Eisenberg's like acting skills. Like my brother said it when he came home from the movie, and he takes like a lot of it, like probably a lot of his like evilness from like The Social Network, which he was very good in.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't want to see The Social Network Jesse Eisenberg. I want to see like Lex Luthor Jesse Eisenberg. And,
Yeah, like big menacing businessman, right?
yeah, but like that didn't happen.
No.
He was like more like Google CEO.
Google
trying to
CEO.
whatever. Google like owner or whoever, like just like the company guys, and like the whole like his whole building is like
He was like a guy. He was like a guy named Riley, or like
what?
Steve,
What?
or like Cooper.
What are you talking about?
Like that's what he felt like. He felt like a guy who wears like cargo shorts and like running track shoes to go to his job at Google
he
as an
felt
intern.
like an idiot. That's what he felt.
Yeah, he
like.
feels like a guy whose name is like Riley or like Cooper, or like he like designs software for like that could like help you open cans faster or something like that. Like
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot, but like fuck you, that's my opinion, man.
But like, if he wasn't named Lex Luthor, I can see this definitely being a villain that I can kind of like. But like,
He wasn't relatable either. He's not a relatable villain.
Yeah, but he's just fucking terrible.
He's stupid.
It's arguably one of the worst casting choices I've ever seen in a movie. Ever.
Yeah, this is not good.
He's just not. Like, if they killed him off, I'd probably be more happy than like ashamed. No, I mean,
Ashamed?
that like damn, they could have really like used a better character for Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor is a pretty big prominent villain in this DC world, and they had to kill him off because Jesse Eisenberg was that bad.
Oh, imagine, man. All right.
No, actually, I'd be happy just because fuck it, he's terrible.
All right. So you don't like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
So I'll say something I don't like about the movie. Batman kills people. Batman kills people in this movie.
No, yeah, he straight up does.
Batman straight. He has machine guns. He has machine guns on the Batmobile and the Batwing.
There's a part.
Gabs. Batman kills people in this movie. The entirety of Batman is that he doesn't kill people. Batman lives by this strict moral code. Batman is just like, I don't kill people. It's against my code. But no. In the first like hour of the movie, Batman just goes in his Batmobile and he's just like vroom vroom, and he goes out and he shoots people and he kills people. And then what he does, my favorite part about this movie, one of my favorite parts, sarcasm. One of my favorite parts about this movie is when he takes the car, right, and he gets the bat cable, the bat tow cable,
yeah.
throws it onto the other car, all right, while the people are dead inside of the car, mind you, the people are dead inside of the car, and he takes the tow cable, and he takes it, and he flips the car, on top of another car with more people inside of it,
who are
and
alive.
he crushes it, effectively killing 6 people in the process. Batman kills people in this movie. Why does Batman kill people in this movie? No, another thing. With the Batwing, with the dude with the machine gun that was shooting at the Batwing, Batman just straight up, he's just like, I'm not having this shit. So he just takes the Batwing, and he's just like, and he shoots the guy, he shoots the ground, the bullets are leading up to the machine gunner, then he shoots the machine gunner, the car blows up, kills like 3 other people from the blast shock, from the blast explosion, and there's Batman has a higher kill count than Doomsday in this movie.
That's true.
Batman has a higher on-screen kill count in this movie than Doomsday. That is not good.
Yeah.
That is not.
But like, I'm gonna blame the turret guy on being dead just because like he saw it coming.
Well, yeah, and he didn't move.
Yeah, he saw the bullets coming. Like, oh shit, they're coming for me.
Oh wait, but wait, one more thing. Batman. Did I mention Batman kills people? Because Batman kills people, right? When at the end when they're saving Martha Kent, and he's just throwing people around. And but my favorite part is when he takes the guy up, right? He picks the guy up, and he's shooting like the machine gun around the room and like killing people with the machine gun. Batman's killing people in this movie.
I don't think he killed them.
No, there were people that got shot.
Got up, dude.
No, they got shot. There were bullets.
Some might have gotten shot.
There was penetration. And I'm not talking about the dream sequences, all right?
No.
The dream sequences
are also fucking terrible.
Wait a minute. This is gonna go. This is gonna go in my category, all right? Because the dream sequences felt so forced. They were so forced. The one dream sequence with the bat exploding out of his mom's grave was awful.
He's like,
was just. But the second one I actually kind of enjoyed. Medium enjoyment.
Maybe the movie was called
It was Mad Max, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Because
Road.
literally,
Mad Max,
Batman.
No, the movie's called Mad Max, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Fury Road.
Fury Road, yeah. All right, because one of the dream sequences in this movie is just a blatant ripoff, literally straight ripoff of Mad Max. Same color palette. Same color palette.
It's pretty orange.
Pretty orange. Same color palette. Same like destroyed cities and shit. Well, Mad Max is just in the desert. But no, actually Mad Max 3 they showed destroyed Sydney. So never mind. Mad Max it looks like it literally like destroyed Sydney in this movie. And it's post-apocalyptic. They all have like your post-apocalyptic cars and stuff like that and gangs and stuff. All right. But then so I'm like, okay, this is a dream sequence. I understand. It's still grounded in reality. This could actually happen. But wait, there's more. The price is wrong, Barker, because freaking Batmen with wings and machine guns go and attack the gangs, and they're just like, and they shoot. There are literally bat people.
They're bug people.
Bug people.
Yeah,
there are bug people. And they are attacking Batman's gang. They are attacking Batman. Oh, did I mention Batman's the leader of a post-apocalyptic gang?
That kills people?
That kills people.
And so
they fly from the sky. So they fly from the sky and they kill everybody. And then Superman takes Batman hostage. And by the way, Superman's leading the bug people. So that's already just batshit crazy. So Superman's leading the bat people, right? The bug people. And then he's like, you were the one that took her from me. And he's talking about Lois. So what they tried to do was they tried to implement the Injustice storyline where like the Joker kills Lois Lane and Batman goes Superman goes insane and he like kills a bunch of people in Metropolis and he pretty much becomes dictator of the world. Yeah, they tried to do that, but not with bug people, not with post-apocalyptic sand and Mad Max, not with crushing Batman's chest in two. He doesn't do that in the storyline. Oh, Anthony, this movie.
Is it my turn yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
what was I talking about before the dream sequences? Oh, Batman kills people. Yeah, Batman kills people. Not out of the dream sequences and in the dream sequences. Yeah. So that was my con. What's yours, Ant?
Superman does the same thing, and Superman's not supposed to kill people.
Yeah, Superman kills people too.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put that in, but not like react like you did. I'm gonna say the dream sequences were not needed. Not at all.
They could have been cut.
They cut a lot from this movie. That's you know what?
They could have cut at least an hour from this movie.
Hold on a second. Let's talk about the first half of the movie. This movie is 2.5.
I really wish
hours.
I had my camera out so I could like record
this movie is 2.5 hours long. Long like my dick. So, let's talk about the first hour and 15 minutes of this movie.
Shall we?
The first hour and 15 minutes of this movie, nothing happens. And I don't care.
Garbage.
It's all over the place. I'm like,
there is seven different plot lines going on at the same time. Zack Snyder. Why?
No. We need to talk about the very beginning with the kid. All right. Stick with me.
Oh yeah.
So it's Batman's parents. Parents' funeral. They're getting put like in their what's it called? It's not like it's a mausoleum. Right?
Mausoleum. Yeah.
All right. So they're getting put into those like walls because they're dead. They're not living anymore. So the kid
dead as fuck.
So kid Bruce Wayne just like, I don't want to see my parents put into a wall, and he just runs into the forest. And like Jeremy Irons is just like, wait, Bruce, you gotta come back and say bye to your parents. And he just keeps running. And that's all. He keeps running. He runs into the woods, and then boom, he falls into a hole. Now, when I say a hole, it's like I
wanna mention that, like-
You would normally see a hole, right, like in the ground.
Yeah.
But like, no, you don't see it in the ground because it's covered like it's a fucking bear trap. They put fake wood and leaves
There's
over
literally
it.
playwood and leaves over this hole.
Some guy, like the director, was just like, "All right, we need someone to cover this hole because someone's gonna fall in it." Wait, I got it. We can use this in the movie.
I also just want to mention that when he falls in this hole, he falls like 30 stories into this hole. This kid falls like 30 stories. He's got to come out with like 2 broken legs at this point. All right, but no, he gets up. He's just let me just dust this dirt off. Let me just dust this dirt off my shoulder.
And then wait.
And then wait.
Let me.
The best part. I want Anthony to explain this because this is the best part about this movie.
Because it's just
so mind-boggling. This is the first 3 minutes of the movie. All right, first 3 minutes of the movie.
Let me say this. What you're about to hear me say is 100% true.
This is real.
None of this has been altered in post-production, in pre-production, or currently. You have been warned. And I guess it's kind of like a spoiler because it's like, yo, fuck it.
I'm putting the spoiler on it.
Who cares?
I'm putting the spoiler tag on it.
So, kid Bruce Wayne falls into the hole. None of his legs are broken. None of his bones are broken. He may have a bruise if he's lucky. So he gets up. He's like, "Where the hell am I? It's like I'm in like a hole or something." He sits up. He looks into like an opening in like the side of the wall of the hole. And like, there's a bunch of fucking bats in there. He's like, "Well, I don't like. I mean, I see them and they're not doing that much or anything. They're just sitting up upside down and everything. Like, who cares?" So then like the bats, they just fly out of the hole and here it comes, everyone. They fly around him, and he's just like, "Yes, I'll embrace the bats." And then they just pick him up. They don't even touch him. He just fucking levitates. He just like arises like Jesus Christ on Easter Day from the grave, and he's just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Now, what this movie tried to do was that it was like supposed to be Batman's ascension
into
like
Batman.
his ascent, like Bruce Wayne's ascension into Batman. But no, what we got was a bunch of CGI bats swirling around a kid, lifting him up into the night, into the bright heaven sky.
They were flying so fast around him, they created an air force strong enough to pick up a child.
They created a bat tornado that lifted him up into the sky
and brought him up safely out.
I just wanted to see like what it looked like when filming this, because I want to see Jeremy Irons' reaction was like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
And I'm just like, and me and him are laughing through the entire thing.
Oh, I was pissing myself.
Yeah, we were laughing pretty hard. And this is keep in mind, this is like the first 3 minutes of the movie.
This is the first 3 minutes of the movie.
And we didn't stop like laughing at this movie or making fun of it. We were like just cracking jokes on the side because we already knew this movie was gonna be bad.
Oh boy, I didn't at first, but then, oh boy,
it's just. Yeah. Just wow.
All right, so I'll go to my negative now. Yeah. The cameos in this movie are just bad. They're bad. They're lazy. All right, there's 2 things actually. There's 2 things. One, when Batman sends Wonder Woman the email, the subject should have just said, "Let's start the Justice League," because that's what it was. He sends her the email, right, and it's like, "This is you in World War I. So let's who are you? Who are you?" And Wonder Woman's like, "Oh, he found me out. He found me out." And he's like, "Hey, but check out these. Let's find the other metahumans." It literally says like, "Let's find the other metahumans," and then it shows. And he sends her the files of like Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I was like, "Oh wait, don't tell me these are the cameos. Don't tell me these are the cameos." I even said to you in the middle of the theater, I was like, "Dude, please don't let these be the cameos." Sure enough, it's literally found footage film of Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. In like literally, their scenes combined last 9 seconds. One is of Flash, right? Flash, it literally shows him running fast and disarming a dude with a gun in a convenience store with lightning. All right, so I was like,
by the way, I didn't even know like Flash had any other power besides running fast. Apparently, he can just spawn lightning bolts.
I'm not a huge Flash fan, so I don't want to sound like an idiot when I criticize that he has lightning, because maybe he does have lightning. I don't know. But obviously he doesn't shoot lightning.
But as a fan who didn't know that, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. And then Aquaman. Aquaman probably had the best cameo, actually. Now that I think about it, it was still utter cat shit, but it might have been the best cameo, actually, because it shows Aquaman, right, and it shows him coming out of his crevasse, and then he stabs the camera, and then he sonic booms out of the out of the crevasse into the unknown ocean. All right, so I was like, well, that's Aquaman. And then, don't even get me started on Cyborgs, because Cyborg was just, we didn't even see Cyborg. We saw like his upper torso, and like, and it was completely out of focus. It just showed some old black dude building.
We saw 20% of Cyborg.
Less, like 15% of Cyborg. We just saw like his like shell. That's it. We saw a shell of Cyborg.
We saw his head in the area connecting his arm to like his head.
Yes, and we also saw the thing that powers him, the little black box. Yeah. And then it's like the black box is like going to him, and he's like, ah! It's eating me. And then I'm like, oh, all right, well that's Cyborg. And I was like, maybe. All right. So those were the things. So I was like, maybe throughout the movie, we'll see. Because I knew Doomsday was going to be in it, so I was like, maybe we'll see if they actually do make an appearance and help fight. No, those were the cameos. That was it. A literal combined 9 seconds. Of
I would say,
I would say probably shorter than 9 seconds. I would say probably around like 6.
You're being hyperbolic with 9 seconds. Realistically, they're like about a minute.
They were not a minute. They were not a minute.
They're a minute combined.
No. The majority of the cameos was her clicking from each cameo to each cameo. Yeah. That was the majority of it. Wonder Woman had more screen time in the cameos than the actual cameos.
That's true.
I was about to rip my hair out. At that point in the movie, I was about to rip my hair out. I couldn't believe what I just saw. I couldn't. I was like, oh my god. Well, your turn.
Spoiler alert. I'm gonna spoil something about the movie. So, so once again, spoiler alert. Something about the end of the movie is gonna happen, and if you don't want the end of the movie spoiled, I would suggest.
We pretty much spoiled like 75% of the movie at this point, so.
A little bit. Who gives a shit? We didn't spoil the more important things.
Oh, I was gonna get into that.
So I'm gonna get into the part where they actually fight, and more toward the end of the fight. The fight, number one. Have you seen all 3 of the trailers? You've seen all of it. Like
you've seen the movie.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
So like already it's disappointing because you've seen all of it. Number 2. It's a bad WWE SmackDown replica.
I remember. It was in the theater with you. I turned to you and I said, "Dude, this is the most mediocre Raw SmackDown match ever."
Yeah, I was like, I turned to Deej and I'm like, "Dude, this reminds me a lot of like wrestling." And he's like, "Yeah, dude,
there were wrestling moves. There were wrestling moves in the fight. Batman RKOs somebody. Batman also suplexes somebody. And the best part was that he does like the thing where Superman's like writhing on the ground, like what they do in WWE. Like when somebody gets like really injured, they're like writhing on the ground, and Batman like takes like the steel chair, but instead this time it's a sink. Yeah, it's a sink, by the way,
which looks fake.
It's literally styrofoam. It's a styrofoam
it looks
sink.
Fake.
It's a styrofoam sink, and Batman's just like. He like Batman. I felt like at that point Batman should have said like a catchphrase or something, like what they do in like wrestling or something, like a signature move,
like Batman,
or like a catchphrase. Because literally what happens is that after he hits Superman with the sink, he pins him. I shit you not, he pins Superman.
But no. Let's get to the
let's get physical.
Let's get to the most important thing about this fight scene. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's how it ended.
Oh, the safe word.
No. Let me explain it.
Oh, I'll let you explain it. You can take this one all day, boy.
So let's again, spoiler alert. The whole thing of this like fight is the fact that Lex Luthor has Clark Kent's mom captive in a room with guys who were armed, and they're gonna kill her. They're gonna kill her if Superman does not kill Batman.
Yeah.
But Batman stole kryptonite from Lex Luthor to kill Superman.
Yeah.
Number one, Batman does a pretty good job of kicking Superman's ass. Granted, the fight.
Granted, it followed the comics because Batman wins that fight. Batman does win that fight.
Yeah, but the thing is, we've seen the whole battle already because it's online. You can literally compile all the trailers together, and you basically see like 90% of the fighting.
Yeah.
But like
essentially.
But like it wasn't even that good seeing it like the entire thing. the fighting isn't that good in this movie. That's another thing I didn't like about it. But like that's not a huge gripe because the action, which could satisfy a lot of people, and I think it did do a good job with some people, it just wasn't for me. Like it really disappointed me. The fight ends with Batman taking his spear in the spearhead is like it's just a head of kryptonite.
It's a crystal of kryptonite.
Yeah. That he stole from Lex Luthor and just made it into a fine point so he can just go into into Superman and kill him. So he just puts he's throwing like dust of kryptonite at a Superman, and he's just weak, and he's getting weaker and weaker.
He's got a kryptonite gas grenade.
Yeah, and he's just got a big whiff of some. So so Batman's got the 1 foot.
What it looked like? You know what it looked like? It looked like that one SpongeBob episode where he has the bad breath.
Yes.
And that's exactly what it looked like.
But a lot more green.
A lot more green.
But in less So, Batman, he puts his foot on Superman's throat. He's just like, listen, I'm gonna kill you with a spear, and you're gonna like it. Then, before he gets the thing inside.
Again, Batman's going to kill someone.
Yes.
Batman had the intent to kill someone. What is this movie?
So,
continue. I'm sorry for interrupting.
The spear gets closer. It gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Until finally, Superman says the magic word, Martha. Then Batman's just like, he just kind of double takes. He's like, what? Did you just? What did you say? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that? Like, what controlled you to say
Martha? Martha's the safe word.
But why would you say Martha? Like, I'm about to kill you, and the only thing you said is Martha. Like, you're not gonna say like, no, please don't do. Don't say no. Don't say like, no, please don't do it. I mean good. Martha. The only logical explanation. And you know what? Whenever I'm gonna get in a hostage situation, and I'm gonna be I'm like the one that's gonna be like the one where like they're gonna kill off first, and I'll say I don't they don't get the money or something.
Mm-hmm.
Before I die, if that ever happens, I'm just gonna say Martha, and I'm gonna see what happens, because in this movie I would expect the same reaction. Batman is just befuddled by what he says. He just says Martha. It's just like, why? Just. Why? It just why? And then Lois Lane of all people comes running in just like, I gotta be the focal point of the movie. I gotta save Superman and be a not like damsel in distress. Ah! And like she goes and jumps in front of the spear, and he's just like, that's his mom's name. And then like Batman's just like. Batman just like, oh my god. He just drops. It's like, I didn't know your mom's name was my mom's name too.
And then they become best friends.
And that's it.
They become best friends and they team up.
Like, that's it. like that's it. That's just it. That's it. There's no resolve other than that. Like your mom's mom, my mom's name is also your mom's name, so we have to be friends now. We hate each other. We fucking hate each other the entire movie. We wanted each other killed. But no. The one thing we have in common, our mom's first names. Let's be friends. Let's be the bestest friends, Superman. Let's go get Lex Luthor and like show him the business because we're friends now. Superman's just like, alright.
Literally.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
Like, why don't you go save my mom? Save my mom. Go save my mom.
Once again, Superman's just like, I'm more important.
Yeah. Save my mom. I'm gonna go handle the more important thing. But no, you save the person that basically raised me to live on Earth and like everything. Save my mom. Don't worry about it. I got Lex. I got my mom. You got Batman. You can get my mom. But me, I got Lex Luthor. I got this. Save my mom. Thanks. I'll see you later. I'll see you in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna just talk about one last thing that I really didn't like about this movie. And it was actually my least favorite part about this movie, besides Batman killing people.
Take your time. I know it's a lot.
Doomsday was the worst, absolute worst thing about this film, besides Batman killing people. Doomsday is literally introduced. 15 minutes left in the movie. There are 15 minutes left in this movie.
Hashtag shoehorn.
I'm sorry. There are 15 minutes in this movie left.
Yes.
And Doomsday is birthed. He's not created. He is birthed.
Like a baby.
There is a placenta. He is inside. There is a cesarean section.
He's a fetus.
Doomsday literally gets cut out of a placenta.
Like a C-section.
That's what a cesarean section is.
I know.
He literally gets cut out of the placenta. He roid rages. And then he flies off with Superman in hand. Superman flies Doomsday into space with absolutely fantastic color commentary by the Secretary of State. Yeah, I think they're flying into space. Literally, this actually had us cracking up. It shows the little blip of Superman and Doomsday flying into space.
They're looking at him on radar.
They are clearly in space. They are clearly in space at this
They're
point.
looking at him
and the secretary literally looks. He's like, "Oh, it's like they're going into space, huh?" And we're just like, "You're going into space." All right. So as I was saying, I'm gonna resume this in my Bob Ross voice. They launch a nuke at Doomsday and Superman. So I was like, okay, first off, this is not going to work because this is only going to make Doomsday stronger, and this is going to wound Superman because he's already affected by the kryptonite. Needless to say, Doomsday becomes Super Saiyan 7, and Superman is very weak at this point. All right. So this is when Wonder Woman joins the fray.
Let's just talk about what Superman's been through. He's been blasted twice by some pretty noxious kryptonite gas.
Yes.
He's had a spear of kryptonite literally cut his face.
Yes.
It made contact with him probably twice.
Yes.
And he blew up in a nuke.
Yes.
In a nuclear explosion.
Yes.
And he's been fighting Doomsday this entire time.
Yes.
Like after the part where he gets scratched in the face by the spear and probably touched the second time by it, and being exposed to it for a while.
Indeed. These are all very valid. Yeah. These are all very valid points. Yes.
And then this happens.
So they fly down. All right. Doomsday. They're like, oh no, we can't find Superman. His blip is not there anymore. Doomsday is stronger than ever. He's destroying the problem.
We literally can't.
We literally cannot kill. They say this. Actual lines.
Yeah.
He is unkillable.
Unkillable.
Unkillable. All right.
Unkillable.
Lois Lane once.
Unkillable. That's like
what was that?
I was going to do like a bomb ball.
Okay.
A bomb ball.
It's okay.
They killed him.
All right. Anyway. Lois Lane once again has to become the focal point of the movie. Superman saves her. She's drowning. She's drowning in the pool. I want to draw this. And Superman saves her. But the thing is, Superman picks up the spear of kryptonite and holds it close to him. And he somehow yet swims out of the water.
He floats up because he's basically
He floats
dead.
up. And he flies
Like
and charges into Doomsday, stabbing him through the heart. Doomsday is dying. Wait. Doomsday's dying. But then in a last-ditch effort, Doomsday takes his claw hand that looks like a middle finger and stabs Superman square in the chest.
Way
up in there, Morty.
Way up in there, Morty.
He's way up in there, Morty.
Way up in that chest, Morty.
With that chest, Morty. And Superman dies. They kill Superman at the end of this film. Spoilers. And Doomsday is also dead at the end of this film.
Spoilers.
They wasted Doomsday so hard in this movie that it was inexcusable how they wasted Doomsday. You know, I walked out of this movie. I walked out of this movie tonight, and I said it was a 6 out of 10. All right? The more I think about this movie, my score looks like the stock market in 2008. All right? 2007, we had a nice year for the housing market. I was going up, right? So I was at a 6 out of 10 in 2007. 2008 comes, and boy, did
that bubble burst.
my score foreclosed. My score has gone through foreclosure. I could not pay my mortgage. My score has gone through foreclosure.
I'm currently living in a box.
I am living in a box.
And keep in mind, it's not a big
And
box.
Superman dies. They kill Superman at the end of this movie, effectively destroying any chance for the Justice League movie. I feel like what they did was, just in case this movie wasn't successful, they would kill Superman, and that would be it. But obviously now, we're getting Justice League 1 and 2, because at the end of this movie, literally the final shot of this movie is Superman's casket with a bunch of dirt on it that, once again, Lois Lane threw on his casket.
Because
Lois Lane has to be in every single scene of these movies. And the dirt shakes and levitates, effectively showing that Superman survived. Roll credits. That is the last 15 minutes of this film. And by God, was it bad.
Keep in mind that Doomsday also can't really die.
Oh no, he dies. Doomsday does die. Because Superman flies him into the sun, killing Doomsday. But we do not see that in this movie. What we see is what is essentially a green-colored pencil. No, I'm sorry, a green paintbrush being stabbed through his chest, and he faints for a couple of seconds. A couple of seconds being years. But that doesn't matter now, because the movie's over, and Justice League Part 1's coming out anyway. So obviously Doomsday's probably going to be back.
Keep in mind that the whole point of Doomsday is that he adapts to basically anything, and the only way to kill him is by putting him in a situation where he literally can't survive.
Exactly. So when they kill him with the kryptonite,
so the sun is a logical place.
That is literally but in the comics, that is literally how Superman kills Doomsday. He flies him into the sun.
And it's perfectly logical because there is no way, unless you are a fire being yourself, that the sun is survivable.
No.
There's no way.
No, nothing can survive on the sun.
Unless you are literally fire, then yeah, you can probably survive. But
that's why the Human Torch can survive on the sun.
Yeah, but like, they don't do that. They just stab him. Keep in mind, Doomsday is pretty big. He's like twice like Superman's size.
Twice, like 5 times Superman.
He's pretty big. Pretty
He's
wide.
big dude.
He's pretty muscular. And
he's like 3 Shaquille O'Neals.
Wide and tall.
Wide and tall.
And they put like a cup-sized hole in him. A cup-sized hole in him. And he's dead. And for a character whose name is Doomsday, and for people who've read the comics and know about, honestly, that's like the perfect description for like the rest of this movie.
Yeah, just the burp,
just gas just flying out of your mouth and just intoxicating the air and just slowly gonna kill me later on in my life. And and just like.
All right, I think we've gone long enough. So what's your Cinema Dash rating?
You go first.
I'm gonna give. I'd stab Doomsday. I'd stab Doomsday 3 out of 10 times in the chest with the green pencil.
The whole point of like the rating system we have here, it has to be like a bad thing. If it's a bad movie, it's got to be bad to you. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
In a bad movie, let's just take like I said.
All right, I'd have Batman v Superman take a dump 3 times on my chest.
Yeah, like that.
Out of 10.
Yeah, that's
there
good.
we go.
That's good. I'd rather spend. No. I would rather have Superman. I'd rather stab Superman than with a pencil and have him go through the pencil and put and just fucking rock me in the scrotum.
Just rail me.
just fucking uppercut me in the scrotum. 1 out of 10 times.
Well, 1 out of 10 is all you need.
this movie, I think takes the cake for me as the
Why are you
worst.
staring at me like that? It's so creepy. Stop that. Oh my god.
It takes the cake, everyone, as the worst movie I think that I, Gabs, have ever seen.
No. That's Pitch Perfect for you.
No.
No, you think this is worse than Pitch Perfect?
I would rather watch Pitch Perfect one more time
Holy
than
shit.
see. This is perfect too. If I had 10 times to see Pitch Perfect again than this movie, I would see it once. One time.
All right.
It was.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not a good
It's
movie.
like.
It was not good at all.
It had so much going for it in the beginning.
Dude, this movie was the definition of wasted potential. That's what this movie was.
And you
It
know
was
what?
Wasted potential.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this too. I don't think I ever want to see a DC movie ever again, just because like I think this just ruined it for me. Because
I think what we should do.
I know we have the channel and everything, and like we have to see movies, but like if like this is like the best they can possibly do, and granted they're probably gonna have different people, but like if they're gonna take like the same like effects and everything, like just like the whole like feeling from this movie, then I don't want any part in seeing any of them.
When you come to think of it, though,
I will give Suicide Squad a shot. Granted, we have not seen much besides one trailer and pictures of people. I'll give that a shot, but other than that, I really don't see me seeing any other DC movies. Marvel has my heart and soul now for in terms of movies. So Marvel, congratulations, you win. You just win. You win. Like like DC came in late, which is already bad enough already.
Marvel in this. I want to say three things. One, what I think we should do is now when we see when DC movies come out, I say we wait a little bit. I say we see the reviews first.
Yes.
Then we decide if we want to see them. Because honestly, with all of the movies we've reviewed so far, we've been on the side of the critics, with the exception of 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yes.
We've been on the side of the critics. Would you agree?
Well, I mean, there's also Jurassic World.
With Jurassic World, critics didn't really love all that much too. But we've for the most part been with the critics and pretty much what everybody and whatever other people say as well. So what I say we do is I say we wait for reviews to come out, and then we make a decision if we want to spend our money on them. The second thing I want to say is that we've only seen two directors in the DC universe. We've only seen Christopher Nolan, which was great. He's directed the best superhero movie ever so far.
But it's not part of the DC cinematic.
It doesn't matter. It's still a DC movie.
But it's not DC Universe movie.
It doesn't.
If it were,
all right.
I will see.
I get it's not DC Universe.
I will see DC movies prior to this one. I still won't see Man of Steel because I hate that movie too.
All right,
but like
what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that Batman is a DC property, correct?
Yes.
So, out of all the DC movies that have been released, DC Universe or no, we've only had two directors. We've had Christopher Nolan and we've had Zack Snyder. Christopher Nolan directing his Dark Knight trilogy, and Zack Snyder taking his Superman movies. All right,
Movies, quote
movie,
unquote.
yeah, whatever. But Christopher Nolan has been the high point, and Zack Snyder so far has been the low point. Maybe he can prove us wrong with Justice League 1 and 2. Because honestly, you have to try really hard to fuck Justice League up. You really have to put your heart and soul into it. And also, we have a lot more talent coming into the DC universe. We have Patty Jenkins with Wonder Woman. We have James Wan with Aquaman. And I do not know who's directing the Flash movie, but we have he or she who is directing the Flash movie.
But the Flash and Aquaman aren't really that cool, so I don't want to see them anyway, just because like they're boring.
I'm just saying.
One swims and one runs fast.
I'm just saying.
That's about it.
I'm just saying that we have new talent. And this DC universe is not reliant on Zack Snyder. Although he established it, it's not reliant on him. Because we still, if you think about it, there's gonna be more movies directed from. Zack Snyder's only directing 4 movies for the DC universe. We already have another Batman film coming out. We have Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg.
Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman. See? 5. So we already have 5 new directors, and then we have 1 director for 4 movies. So already we have more new talent than Zack Snyder.
I heard they're trying to put Lobo into a movie as well because Deadpool was so successful.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Put Lobo into a movie.
But then again, who the hell knows who Lobo is?
People who watch Justice League.
And also have
Brad Garrett played Lobo in Justice League.
You gotta show me that afterwards.
I have to show you that. But anyway.
But then again, who cares? No one knows who this is. Granted, we've seen this before where like no one cares about the guys because like no one heard of them with Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's Marvel. And they knocked
it worked.
And most people thought they knocked it out of the park with it. I want to see it one more time because I really thought it was just okay. But still, people thought it was amazing. And people find it to be the best Marvel movie ever. But still, this is a character that no one knows, and they might make a movie out of him. But then again,
it's a time will tell type thing, you know?
But then again, if I don't know him, I don't really care. Like no one thought that anyone would care about Guardians of the Galaxy. They took a huge
gamble with Guardians of the Galaxy.
But literally,
and Deadpool.
Not Deadpool.
Deadpool's not one of the most popular ones.
Deadpool was more or less. This is kind of something we can elaborate in like a future video for like maybe in the industry. But like,
yeah, we've been planning a lot of in the industry
Deadpool was an established name with comics and multimedia, except for movies, and people already liked him as the character. They loved Deadpool. Deadpool is an amazing character in itself, just because of what he is. And then they made the movie out of it, and then they let them do whatever they want with it, and they did an amazing job with it. But like I said, this just failed me so badly that I don't want to see anything else. Like it was that bad. Like
again,
you play a game and like you don't ever want to see that game ever again in your existence. This is a movie that I've seen. I don't want to see anything related to this ever again. And I played and seen some pretty bad stuff, and I don't want to ever see those again. But this is bad. This is like really bad. It's not even like one of those things that's so bad it's good. It's just really bad.
I will say though, we had a fun time making fun of it.
It was really fun making fun of it.
We had a really fun time making fun
of it.
of it.
If you ever want to see this movie, just go in making fun of it. You'll probably have a better time than actually like wanting to see this movie. But once again, don't waste your money unless you're making fun of it.
All right.
Holy shit.
I just want to. All right. So now after we got that out of our systems, we just also wanted to say one really quick thing.
On a very different side of it.
We're gonna leave on a happy note and say that it was our 1 year. We're 1 year as a channel.
On the 23rd.
On the 23rd.
It was our first video was uploaded. And It follows our first review.
Our first review ever.
And and so far we've grown. Not
exponentially, but it's a start.
We like where we're going.
Yeah, we do. And it can only go up from here, you know?
I posted a little thing on my personal Facebook account, and I said, while we don't have that many subscribers, I appreciate and just thank each and every one of you who has. And I don't care if we don't get any more. This is something fun that we do.
This is something that literally is two best friends just sitting down and talking about movies, and that's all we wanted it to be from the start.
And people like hearing us.
That's all what it is.
It's our friends from work, college, school, whatever. People you just live in town with too. And just thank you.
And we just wanted to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you guys so much for actually sitting down, taking the time out of your day to listen to two idiots just talk about movies.
Even if you don't watch the entire video, you just clicked it.
Yeah, and that's the world to us, honestly. That's just a really awesome...
The fact that you clicked
super awesome, cool thing that you've done, and we super appreciate it.
Yeah. And we're also sorry that most of it's shit. but like... Still, we do this for fun.
Again, we're not looking to profit or get huge or anything. I mean, it would be nice if we got a little bit more subscribers. Everybody wants more subscribers, but where we are right now, we're totally content. You know, we're totally fine with 27 subscribers. We're totally fine with releasing videos every week to maybe, if we're lucky, get 50 views on it. We're totally cool with it. Because This is just
that
for
first
fun.
video only has like 50 some views, and I didn't even think it would get like the one. I didn't even think it would get 3, excluding the 2 that me and you have seen it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And whatever, dude. It's because we love movies and we love hanging out with each other and watching movies together. So, thank you everybody again for watching. Happy 1 year to us, and here's to many more, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm Deej,
I'm Gabs.
and thanks everybody again so much for watching.
This movie sucked, by the way.
This movie was not good at all.
But thank you.
But thank you again. You guys are awesome. Bye.
Bye.